Okay. Okay, welcome everyone to our Fall 2023 launch event. And I'm beyond excited to be here with you and to have my colleagues, Tracy and Ketaki, and of course, Dr. Bev Browning, that are going to make this event stellar. Ryan is also here as our co-host, so he will be sharing some interesting links in the chat. So make sure to pay close attention. Today, we'll be talking about how you can handle pre-award and post-award management in one place. And this is our biggest update to Instrumentl yet. I can't wait to share everything that's new with you. And just to make sure that we're all on the same page, our goal with this event is to have a live conversation about your challenges, to address all your questions, to really listen to you, because Instrumentl is truly one of the rare products that continuously asks for people's feedback so that we can actually create a product that meets your needs. And yeah, the entire point of this event is for you to check out what's new Instrumentl, to see if it's something that could make your life easier, because let's face it, grant work is hard enough. So before we jump in, let's get to know each other a bit better. So let us know in the Zoom chat, what's your name, what's your organization, how long have you been working in the nonprofit sector, how familiar are you with an Instrumentl, and why not, let's hear about your favorite fall activity. So my favorite fall activity would be just stomping on crusty leaves, because that makes a pretty cool sound. So let's see what people are sharing. Welcome, everyone. We have Eddie from Arizona, likes hiking. That's pretty cool. Ryan likes crusty leaves, or he's laughing at me because I like them. Okay, let's see some other events. Football, nice, Matt. Fall festival, says Renee. Raking leaves, oh, that's a new one. Camping and hiking. Football again. Beaching, nice. Jose must be, oh yeah, Honolulu, nice. Oh, I envy you. Fall movies with a hot beverage, yes, pumpkin spice. Cool, thank you so much for sharing. And we can move on to another important announcement. So this event is primarily for people who are using Instrumentl yet. So we have two upcoming events for existing Instrumentl customers. One is happening tomorrow, and the other one is happening on October 4th. So Ryan will be sharing the entire event calendar for customers in the chat. But if you're already here and you're using Instrumentl, feel free to stay. I'm sure that you will learn a thing or two. But yeah, we have dedicated events for customers because it's just a different type of presentation, I would say. And another announcement. So this event is primarily for people who are not using Instrumentl, as I said, but in case you use Instrumentl in the past, please reach out to hello@instrumentl.com, because you will receive dedicated support from our account executives. Okay. So it's about time for me to introduce myself. So I'm Mia from Instrumentl. My job is to talk to nonprofits and grant consultants so that I can better understand their everyday challenges. I then take this feedback to our team that makes sure that we actually have a product that you want to use and that you need. I also have a nonprofit background, so I used to run my own organization for 3 years, and we had projects centered around cultural tourism, preserving cultural heritage, and fighting for social justice. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you'd like to. I certainly will. And yes, these are your best friends in the chat and beyond. So you have Tracy, Kataki, and Ryan. Tracy and Kataki will be answering your questions. Ryan will be taking notes of your questions, and we will address them either in the chat or during our live Q&A session at the very end. And last but definitely not least is our special guest, Dr. Bev Browning. So I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Bev last year once I interviewed her for one of the customer success stories for Instrumentl. So Dr. Bev is an author, she's a grant consultant and coach, currently the executive director of the Integra Bank Foundation, and she has sold over 1 million copies of Grant Writing for Dummies and launched numerous trainings and coaching programs for nonprofits. She's a certified international approved trainer. And yeah, her achievements cannot really fit on a single slide. So thank you so much, Dr. Bev Browning. If you want to unmute yourself to greet the attendance, that would be really nice.
Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon for those folks in other time zones. I'm in the Southwest, but thank you so much for signing up to attend today. There's so much to learn, and this is such a valuable tool that we're learning about with all of the new additions. It's amazing, and it saves me hours and hours of work. So stick with us until the end. We have lots of surprises.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bev. And yes, we have an exciting announcement. You can join Dr. Bev's upcoming training. So Ryan will share more info in the chat, but basically there are 2 upcoming trainings. That is, one is Grant Writing Consultants Train the Trainer for Nonprofit Board Trainers. And the other one is Negotiating Skills for Grant Writing Consultants course. So make sure to check out the PDFs that Ryan shared in the chat, and do apply for Dr. Bev's educational training, because she shares so much for free. So the paid stuff must be very, very good. And if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Bev, you shared that one of your students said, I'm sorry, but you're not really charging enough for this. So it's 2 very value-packed opportunities for you. And yes, make sure to stay until the end, because Ryan will be sharing a feedback form so that you can say what do you think about this event? Did it meet your expectations? And if you do so, you can participate in our giveaway to win one of Dr. Bev's grant writing books, or to get over 200 pages of valuable grant resources. You will also get the opportunity to join our live Q&A session, and you will get access to Instrumentl's limited offers. So do stay tuned. So in the registration form that you all filled out once you registered for the event, you shared some very interesting grant management challenges. I tried to group them here because obviously there were some repeating themes. So tracking everything, that's a huge challenge. Collaborating on grants with my team. Post-award management, time management, taking care of reports, organizing all grant applications and meeting the deadlines, finding grants that fit our needs. But one that really stood out was having one place where we can monitor everything. So this was by far some of the most frequent feedback that we received in the form. So it either said we miss having a single system, or we don't know how to centralize our grant work, or our grant documents are scattered all over the place. So I'm really glad and thankful for you that you have shared this. And there is also one special challenge that was shared by one person. which is simply, I need help. So if this person is here, I want to thank her for being so beautifully open and honest, because I think this sums up how most of us feel when we feel stuck with our work, whether it's grants or other type of work. So yeah, I hope whoever posted this that we will help you, especially now that Instrumentl truly can help you centralize all your grant work in one place. Cool. So the big announcement, Instrumentl, as I said, has been going through a huge transformation, meaning that now it's an all-in-one grants platform, or an end-to-end management tool, grant management tool. This means that you can do prospecting, pre-award, and post-award in one place. So you can enjoy easier grant collaboration and improved visibility across all phases of the grant's lifecycle. So what does that mean in practice? You can find good fit funders in seconds, not weeks. You can streamline your grant management, and you can work with your team under one roof, so in one place. And if we go back to these challenges, you can see that they're all covered with what Instrumentl can offer. So just looking at the grant database, it's the most comprehensive one on the market. So we have over 390,000 funders and over 12,500 active grant opportunities that you can find in Instrumentl. So without further ado, let's talk about what's new in our fall 23 launch. So first, I will be talking about tasks view and improvements, external document links, customizable and shareable calendars, because all these three features kind of solve the challenge of collaboration. Then we have awards tracking and payments tracking, which is Instrumentl entering the post-award grant management space, and more, because we have other feature improvements that are available to all users. So before we continue, because I said this, the purpose of this event isn't for me to just talk about what's new, but it's also about you actually experiencing these features and exploring Instrumentl on your own. So Ryan, can you please share the sign up link in the chat? The idea is that you quickly create an account within Instrumentl. I will do it with you now. And as we go through it step by step, make sure to post your questions in the chat using 3 hashtags so that both Ketaki, Tracy, and Ryan can easily spot them and make a note of them as we approach the Q&A session. So I will just exit the presentation here and go to my incognito and paste the link that Ryan shared with you and make an account. So I'm doing this with you step by step. So first name, Mia.
Hey, Mia,
last
I
name.
think we're still looking at your the non-incognito window, just heads up.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I will stop sharing and then thank you, Ryan. And then share my incognito screen, hopefully.
Yep, we can see it now.
Cool. Okay, so I am typing my name, surname, my email address here. I'll be using my personal email address, my password. So I will be making up a password here, phone number. So I will be just using a random phone number because I don't have a US one. And I will say I am a nonprofit, but make sure to choose the right option for your organization here. Organization name, I will put bookmark. Org. My organization's operating revenue, I'll put this bracket.
Mia, this is Bev. Will you show the drop-down window for the type of entity signing up where you have selected 501c3 school or university?
Mm-hmm.
So these are amazing and they fit everyone who's looking for all the services and benefits of this database.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's correct. But in case we have freelance grant writers or consultants, they could also mark this because Instrumentl does have special pricing plans for consultants. But yeah, this is the most useful, I would say. Okay.
Sorry, interrupting.
Mhm.
The link that is in the chat to sign up for the free pro trial, when I click it, it just takes me to my desktop page of Instrumentl. It's what you have on screen is not coming up for me. Any advice?
So do you see the homepage of Instrumentl?
Yes, the home page. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said desktop page.
Yeah. So you need to fill out the form that's on the homepage. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so no, I'm sorry. What you have on screen is not what is coming. What it takes me to is the all projects tracker on my Instrumentl account. So do I need to
Oh,
just?
so you do, okay, so you already have an Instrumentl account.
Yes, just
Yes,
brand new
so
to
you
it.
can, yeah, so you either need to log out if you want to participate in this, but there's no need for you to create another account. You can simply stay logged into your Instrumentl account, and then once we come to the stage of showing new features, you can just explore your Instrumentl. So there's no
Got it.
need for
Thank
you
you.
to create a new one.
Thank you.
Yeah, all's good. Okay, so after I've filled out this form, I will click try 14 days free. Okay, I haven't filled out something good. Okay, yeah, so I need to mark that I do have a 501c3 status or fiscal sponsorship. And then I will click, I will say that I had like 6 to 10 grants and click next. Another form error. Let's see where the issue is. Maybe if I just refresh the page. Okay, I need to re-enter my password. All's good, this happens. Next. Okay, so now you have an option to select an onboarding session, but you can skip that for now in order to have immediate access to Instrumentl. So let's just pause for a second to see how many of you have managed to do so. Can you give me a thumbs up that you have managed to create your account now? Okay, Teresa's saying yes. Denise as well. Okay. Let's just wait a couple of minutes. And Ryan and Ketaki and Tracy, if you can scan the chat, if people are having some difficulties with signing up, that would be great.
You can also raise your hand under the reactions icon at the bottom of your screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see Tyra has risen her hand. Okay, now.
I have a question. Is this how do you pronounce it again?
Instrumentl?
Instrumental. Is this a can you integrate with another system that tracks everything too as well? Or is this its own just tracking service for grants?
So are you asking if we have integrations with other systems?
Yeah, like can you integrate this Instrumental with another system?
Yes, you can integrate Instrumentl with Salesforce, and soon we are releasing the integration for Razor's Edge. But also something that we will be talking about soon is the ability to add external links to documents hosted elsewhere. So if you have a Google Doc that you would like to host in Instrumentl, that is to have it within Instrumentl, you can easily do that.
Okay, so what if Instrumental is not integrating with something that you already have? Would you be able to integrate it with that source? Or would you have to be a part of that source to integrate it?
So do you have any specific tool in mind?
I have a specific tool in mind. I'm just not on that tool at this moment because I'm trying to figure out like if everything I'm going to be getting can be instrumented on, it can be integrated on that one platform. So even though you guys are pretty much monitoring everything, I want to know if I can just get on one platform and see everything that I'm doing all at once instead of just being like, oh, I got to Instrumental to look at this, or I got to go to this to look at this. Like I want to see if I can combine all of that onto that one platform so I can look at Instrumental at the same time while I'm looking at something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that external document links solve a part of that issue. But it all depends again on which specific tools you are talking about. And something that's on the product roadmap is to have an API, which is basically a technical term enabling Instrumentl to integrate with whichever tool. So we can discuss this more in the Q&A, but thank you for your question, and let's just move on with the demo, and then we can discuss further later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so just to move on with setting up your account, can I see thumbs up in the chat? How many people have created their account? So, organization. Inside the US States, I can choose whatever country I would like. I will use California, everywhere in California, and confirm. And here you can choose your fiscal year. So depending on how you track your fiscal year, there are different options here. So I'll just leave it from January to December, save and continue. Overview. So this is another new feature that we have, because some people like to use Instrumentl exclusively for tracking, but other people want to use Instrumentl for grant tracking, but also to continuously receive new grant recommendations. So I will choose matches and tracking, and my project name would be bookmark. I will save and continue. And then this is the most important part, matches setup. So the options that you choose here, especially fields of work, will determine the quality of matches that you get. So let's say I am a nonprofit. I don't want to see grants specifically for faith-based organizations, but do make sure to fill out the data to reflect your own current state. In which areas does your project serve? I would say inside the US, and I would say my project is national in scope, meaning all across the US. So all of this information that you feed in Instrumentl will help you get more relevant grant matches once you set everything up and setting fields of work. So you can either search for a field of work. I will search literature. I will search literacy, but let's see if there is something else. Art and culture, art conservation. So you can either do a search or just browse through all categories here, all fields of work. And I will click update for fields of work. Again, the more details you provide, the more precise your matches will be. Now I have a question here for myself. Do I want to see grants for professional art and culture organizations? I will say yes. So here, what size of grants are you looking for? I would set a minimum of 5K, but the absolute minimum shouldn't be like below 1K, and no maximum. You can also adjust this to your needs. What will you use the funds for? So education, outreach, project or programming, maybe general operating expenses, and I will save and exit.
And Mia, you can have
Mia,
up to
can I
10
just-
fields of work, correct?
Sorry?
You can have up to 10 fields of work, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I just put, for the sake of presentation, I just put in 4 different ones, but you can select up to 10. And as I said, the more you select, the more precise your matches are going to be. So here
Mia, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yes.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I have a lot of people that have previously had trials or previously had accounts and canceled. If you are logging to your Instrumentl account and it's telling you that you do not have a subscription, so you can't try out these features, you can send myself or Keiteki a private message with the email address of the account that you have, and we can activate the 14-day free trial for you on this call.
Great. So people, you heard Tracy, you can get your trial activated almost immediately. So here you can invite your teammates, review your matches together. I'm just gonna skip this part. And this is how you're going to enter your all projects, that is your tracker dashboard. So immediately, thanks to the data that I've inserted, Instrumentl has found 197 grants for me, and even breaking down these grants by types. So foundation grants, corporate grants, government grants. And I will click Let's Go to see how I can explore the platform further. So let's pause for a bit to see if everybody has reached this step yet. How's the chat looking?
Mia, this automatic algorithm matching and the production of potential funding sources, that's what I love about putting in a new search. To me, it's like magic, saving hours and hours of research time just to have all of this in front of me.
Thank you so much for stepping in. Yeah.
I agree with Dr. Bev. I mean, this is fantastic. Also, I just have one question. You said that they break it down to the types of grants like foundation and government. Can you go back to that and show how that is? Like, how is the breakdown? Like, where do we see
So
that?
that is Yeah, so that is just a message that you receive once you join Instrumentl. But yeah, Tracy, can you step in and show just remind me where you can see the actual breakdown of funders?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I was activating a trial.
That's fine. Yeah. So can you just step in and show me where we can see the breakdown of funder types?
For filtering,
Yes.
if you go to the filter, you'll have the ability there to select funding use. And then if you scroll all the way down, you can filter for funding type, funder type.
There
So
we
this
go.
can be really helpful for folks. We do have lots of customers who focus on one area. For example, they may have a group that handles all government grants, and so they don't want to see those at all. So then you can click on everything except government grants. The other thing that you can do too is select what you don't want to see and hide all of those from your search so that later you don't have to keep filtering out for the things that you're not looking at.
Yes, thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when it comes to grant prospecting, we can address that at the very end. But first, I want to show you what's new in terms of collaborating on grants. So this is these are all new features that are a part of our fall launch. So if you go to tasks here, you can actually, I can show you this. You can play around with your account, and I can show you this within my admin account. So can you see my admin account now? Or do I need to stop sharing and then reshare?
Nope, we can see your account.
Okay, cool. So just because this account is populated with data, so it's easier for me to show you what's new. So once you click on the tasks here, in case you do already have populated tasks, you can see the tasks overview at the very top of the screen. And what's great is if I'm a member of a grant team, I can see all of my upcoming assignments in one place and then prioritize depending on what I need to do next. So for instance, here I can see, okay, I need to do 3 LOIs. I have 1 full proposal ahead of me. I have 5 reports. I have 5 cultivation tasks. I have 4 general tasks. And what's also nice is that you can see what's up next. So my next deadline, my next task that it's most urgent is the one happening on October 31st. And that is a certain report that I need to do. So here you can see the name of the task, the deadline, type of the task, then opportunity within, so the opportunity that the task is connected to, and the assignee. So if you just step back and take a look at this entire dashboard, you can have a very nice top overview of your grant status, your deliverables, your deadlines, who's doing what. So it's very useful compared to just having everything noted down in your scrapbooks or other places. You can also choose to hide completed deadlines and then have a more that is to show completed deadlines and then have a sense of completion, I would say, and a great historical overview of what's already been done. So you can also search for tasks. So for instance, finish LOI, and I can see it's here. So this is very useful if you're working with a larger team and there are just a lot of tasks. So instead of scrolling down, you can easily use the search bar and find your tasks in a minute.
Mia, this is also great for consultants who have to have statements of work and deliverables for their clients to be able to look at this and compile or download a report so they can say, these are the things that I've done by month. This is awesome.
Exactly. Which reminds me, I need to show you reports as well. So Instrumentl has 5 different reports that you can export. And one of them is what Dr. Bev just mentioned, which are tasks. So you can easily click on Create Report, select the project that you want to export on, and create report. And then you can download it in Excel or CSV file. So it's very easy to ensure that all your team members are kept in the loop. So to go back, let's check calendar. So calendar view is one of our old features. So it gives you a very nice visual representation of all your tasks and deadlines. So you can just glance over it and see, okay, I have this thing coming up, and you can guarantee you never miss a deadline again. And you can click here on Share Calendar, which is one of our new features. So you can customize your calendars. Your calendars actually integrate with Microsoft Outlook, Google Calendar, or your Apple Calendar, and you have shareable calendar links. So you can add your calendar link. For instance, I can call it Mia's tasks. I select the project that I want to export tasks, that I want the calendar tasks for, status of the tasks. So let's say I just want to have a calendar for tasks that are related to the researching phase. Task deadlines, show tasks, type of task, let's say full proposal, or maybe select all. Assignee, let's say, so let's say I want actually to see alias tasks, opportunity deadline type. You can choose one of the selected options here, or you can select all. So the point of this feature, and grant owner, let's say select all. The point of this feature is that once I set all of these options, I will have a custom calendar link that I can copy and then share with my colleagues. So it solves many different problems for you. First, you will only track deadlines that are relevant to you. So in the past, in Instrumentl, you can easily link your calendar, but you would have all possible deadlines within your calendar, which was okay because you had a nice overview of what's going on, but this is far more useful because you have only relevant deadlines there. So we can come back here. I just want to show you one additional thing. So if we go to the tracker, there are 2 things related to how Instrumentl allows you to store documents. So one is document library, which is basically a central place in Instrumentl where you can store all of your documents. And the new feature that we have is external document links. So to explain what one attendee asked, here's how you can add documents here. So you simply click on add document and add link to a shared file. So for instance, if I want to, I can take this resource from Dr. Bev. Sorry? Oh, maybe somebody didn't mute themselves. So I can simply share Dr. Bev training, insert a link to my drive and click done. And it's here. And you can see that Instrumentl automatically shows you with a tag what type of link this is. So is it a Google Sheet? Is it Google Drive? Is it a Loom or just some other PDF?
Yes.
So it's pretty useful to have for several reasons. Before, you had to download documents and then re-upload them to Instrumentl. But now you can simply add an external link and you have everything nicely in your document library. So this solves several problems. First, you don't have to have scattered documents on your computer or grant writer's computer, or some may be stored on your executive director's computer. So it's all very decentralized. And now you can just simply with just a few clicks, add them to a document library. And you can also do this if you want to on an opportunity level. So for instance, if I click here, I can click here and I can add documents. I can either upload them for computer, select them from a document library. So if I previously uploaded them to the library, or I can add them here. So again, Dr. Bev, because she's our example today, training, and here you have it. And it's here. And again, you have a nice tag so that you know what type of link this is. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second and move towards and go back to my presentation and ask you, how are you doing? Because I know that I've shared a lot of information so far. So let me know in the chat, if you have been able to explore these features or to log into your Instrumentl account after you signed up. So let's see what the chat is saying. Or maybe we can address some questions. Ryan, have you taken note some of the questions so far, if there are any? Or Kitaki or Tracy as well?
Yeah, we're answering them on a case-by-case basis in the chat. So if you haven't had your questions answered already, just drop them in the chat. Maybe drop
Okay.
hashtags so we can answer them. But so far, so good.
Okay, sure. Then just give me a smiley face or any type of emoji in the chat so that I can know that you're doing fine, that you're not feeling overwhelmed. I can see some. Okay, Katie is showing. Lindsay, thank you. Erin, thank you. Good. Smiley face. Thumbs up. Smiley face. Okay. Okay, we have a question about upgrading or downgrading your account. It's pretty easy, and we also have a our guarantee policy, so to say. So if you upgrade from basic to standard or pro plan and you don't like it, you can go back to basic without and get your credit transferred. It's rather easy, and our customer success team is really great. But I think that once you go standard and pro, you won't be happy about getting back to basic, because it's just very comprehensive and value packed in that sense. Oh, I like Marshall, who is posting a smiley face with sunglasses, feeling cool. Okay. Oh, Renita is saying Tracy is assisting me. Oh, okay, Renita, maybe you can send me an email after our event.
Hello?
And
Hello? Oh, okay, I was wondering if you could hear me. I had a question, and it's probably too far. I finally got my speaking of work right. I was wondering, back in the calendar or somewhere you were showing how to see how all the tasks that you had accomplished. So I don't know if
okay,
you go back to that. You know, like all
yes,
we had done. Thank you.
yes, I'll go back to that in just a second. Share screen. Okay, can you see my account here?
Yes.
Okay. Going to task or calendar? What did you want to ask?
I wanted to see where you found all the things that you had completed, like all the grants or LOIs or whatever that have been finished.
Do you think here, like this? Are you referring to this? So it's just a simple toggle button. So you can either hide completed tasks or you can choose to see them as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's good. Cool. Okay. Then if everybody's doing good, then I can continue with speaking about our next features. So as I said, Instrumentl has officially entered post-awards management. And here, all pro users and everybody actually on the free trial, because I said everybody who signs up for Instrumentl's free trial, they can get access to pro features. So here is the place where you can see your awards. So this is super cool for many reasons. So here you can see the total amount awarded, which is, I mean, it's rather motivating because you can see all your past work, you know, summed into a hopefully high figure. Here you can see funder types. So that's the total amount of grants broken down by different funder types. And you can toggle here between dollar amounts or numbers. So you can see which type of grants, that is, which type of funders have you received grants from. Here you can see when is the time for the next report. It's here in this case, it's due in a month. And here you can see how many tasks do you have left in the current month. So here you can see the name of the funder. You can see the grant period. You can see what's the status of your award. So is it closed? Is it active? You can see the amounts. You can see when is the deadline for next report. And then you can see any type of notes that you might leave. So here, for instance, just for the sake of showcasing, here a note is I can't reapply until 2025. Here you can see, oh, it's a previous funder. So maybe you have built some type of relationship with this person. Here you can see we need to make a follow-up report before the 3rd month of award period, so June 30th. So it's very, again, simple and easy and user-friendly because you have it all in one place. Again, you can also search awards, and you can, so by default, they will be sorted by start of the grant period, but you can also ask the Instrumentl to show at the end of grant period. So here, when it comes to status, you can choose to see only active or closed grants or both. So let's see only active grants. You can see amounts. So basically, it's a dedicated space for your award management. Here you can see a breakdown of years. You can select which years you want to view. And another feature is payments tracking. So this is something that's related to post-award management. It's all about being aware of your cash inflow. So we all know that grant money can come in disbursements or reimbursements, and it's sometimes difficult to make sure that your payments, that is your expenses, actually match the payment dates so that you don't have to end up giving money outside of your pocket. So payments here, you can see, I received $100,000 when I hover over it. and the expected amount is $250,000. So if you want to see how you can add payments, you can click on the individual opportunity, that is the foundation, sorry, and then click on payments here, and I can add any type of payment that I want. So for instance, I'm expecting a payment on September 20th. I still haven't received it, and the amount can be 1,000. And I can also add a note here saying this is 30% off blah, blah, blah. Or this comes as additional grant money based on. So whatever you want to type in here that gives context about the payment, that's what you can do here. And you just add payment and it's saved. Also, you can select the cycle. So you have confirmed cycles based on the data that you have previously inserted. And here you can add opportunity notes. So that's about the opportunity as a whole. So pretty cool on payments tracking. And that's just the start when it comes to financial tracking, which relates to our coming soon features. So I will stop sharing now and get back to our presentation. So here we go. Let me share my screen once more. So I already showed you, just a second. Okay, so we already saw once we were making Instrumentl account that you can, in those first steps of using the platform, you can either choose matches and tracking. So if you want new grant recommendations and application and award tracking, or you just want Instrumentl to track your projects. So it's very easy to use Instrumentl only as a grant tracking tool, but also as a grant prospecting tool. So it basically allows you to do everything you want in terms of prospecting, pre-award and post-award grant management, but you also have a lot of customization options to make sure that it works well for you. So this is a new grant overview tab. So the which you can also see within Instrumentl. So it centralizes all information that you have about one grant and gives you a nice overview. So before you had to just chase information in many different places in Instrumentl, but now you can see all the key information such as submission date, amounts requested. You can upload your full proposal just to have it in there. And yeah, payments are there as well, tasks that are related to this grant, everything basically, documents, any type of notes, you have everything in one place. So it's kind of like having a dashboard or of a single grant opportunity. Another thing that's that I'm excited to talk about are coming soon features. So one of our coming soon features is Razor's Edge integration. So this integration is similar to our Salesforce integration, and it enables you to sync all the data that you have in Instrumentl with this integration. So you can seamlessly maintain funder and opportunity records across Instrumentl and Razor's Edge and eliminate duplicate work. So what this means is that you don't have to switch between Instrumentl and Razor's Edge, but actually save time and have all information up to date within both tools. Then we have spend down tracking. So when it comes to spend down tracking, it's another thing that relates to It relates to post-award management. So basically, you can manage all your grant budgets within Instrumentl so that your team has a single source of information on funder-approved budgets. So for instance, if you have a finance person who is on your grant team, they wouldn't have to create ad hoc reports anymore. They would just need to update Instrumentl, which is basically a very like 10-minute task at most. And then your entire grant team can have a single source of truth that they can rely on. So again, it's solving the issue of having scattered information all over the place. And lastly, custom fields. So we want you to use Instrumentl in a way that suits you. So custom fields give you more control of your tracking. So basically you can capture essential data like priority status, probability of winning, private notes, internal IDs, everything you need is neatly organized within your grant spreadsheet. And yeah, you can choose from different field types. So drop downs, text fields, amount fields, date fields. It's basically a very, sorry? Yeah, it's basically a very useful way to fully customize and personalize the way you use Instrumentl. And yeah, if you haven't signed up during this event, I invite you to sign up for a 14-day free trial. So again, to reiterate, it's completely free. You don't have to put in your credit card details. You will have access to all pro features. So basically there's nothing that you can lose. And if you jot down these discount codes that Ryan will share in the chat, you can become our customer and use these discount codes before 15th of October. So make sure to take up on our limited offer there. And yeah, we have reached live Q&A, although we have very little time. But I guess that some of the questions got addressed within the chat. But yeah, Tracy, Ryan, Kitaki, are there some questions that I have left unanswered that we need to address?
Yeah, I think, is it Opio? Did you have a question? If you want to unmute yourself.
Yes, I had a question about now if the organization is not based in USA now, like when it is outside USA, how can you apply that? Because
So
you have been now looking at the organizations which are based in USA. But if it is it is outside USA, how can you apply that?
Yes, so unfortunately, Instrumentl serves only US-based nonprofits and organizations. But if you do have projects that are set outside of the US, you can still apply. So it's only important that your nonprofit is based in the USA.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, no problem. Any other questions that you haven't answered in the chat yet?
And another question I have that how am I going to apply this whatever we have gone through, because I may fail to get connected with this program. So I want to apply where we have gone through, but is there a link you can send me, or how will it going to be?
Yes, if you want to sign up for Instrumentl, Ryan can share this link here from the slide. So not the one that you used to share, Ryan, but the other one. And then you just click on that link and sign up through the form, Opio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just before we wrap up, we can continue with the questions after I have just two more pieces of information. So one is that if you want to participate in the raffle giveaway, just fill out the feedback form that Ryan is posting in the chat. And this also will make you eligible for winning more than 200 pages of grant resources. So all you have to do is fill out the feedback form and mark that you want to participate in the raffle giveaway and to receive these valuable grant resources. Yes, so Ryan, if you can share the feedback form. Yes, you did. Okay. And yeah, I don't mind staying a couple of minutes if there are some pressing questions that we haven't answered.
I've got a couple. So I noticed that there is a maximum number of projects. Well, maybe. What is the maximum number of projects?
So the maximum number of projects depends on the pricing plan that you choose. So if you choose the basic plan, you can, the maximum number of projects is 10. If you use the standard plan, it's, I believe, 20. And if you use the pro plan, it's 50.
Okay. And then I have another quick question I've been trying to get an answer to. So I work for a nonprofit and I have a nonprofit, but I'm also a consultant. So which one of these would you suggest that I opt in for?
Yeah, so it all depends. My suggestion would be to go to our pricing page and to see what are those 2 additional features that we have for grant consultants. Because grant consultants can, for instance, manage multiple clients on their accounts, and they can import and export clients easily. So those are like the main differences. But if you, I mean, it depends on like where does the majority of your work go. So you can freely like try a nonprofit plan for 14 days, explore the features there, and then see, I wish like there is something else because I'm not, getting what I need as a consultant. But I would say that nonprofit plan is pretty comprehensive. I mean, Dr. Bev can also chime in because she's a consultant, but she, yeah.
Hi, I do have the consultants plan and I have team members on it. I also am responsible as a board member for a nonprofit bank foundation, and they have a folder as well. My own foundation has a folder, so it's multi-purpose. My own foundation is my employer, and I use that to search for grants. But when I have clients, I just create new profiles and project folders.
Okay, great. Yeah, that really helps. And also, does it have a donor management program with it?
Mia?
Okay, great.
So I'm not completely sure. Tracy, do we have a donor management program within Instrumentl?
So you can manage your funders and any relationships you have with funders. If you're looking specifically for private donors, we don't have that available just yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruby. Okay, do we have some other questions that you would like to ask?
Yeah, Sally has a question here, and she's unmuted. So go ahead, Sally.
Our organization is a 501c3 based in the United States, but we work in West Africa, in Liberia. And so funding that we would be interested in would be working with a nonprofit based in West Africa. And I noticed that your funding sources, your international funding sources, I think are limited. You do have some that fund in internationally, but I'm curious if you are working with other nonprofits like ours that do their work outside of the United States. We don't fund projects in the United States. We fund only in Liberia. So
yeah, I'm not sure about customers. Do we have some on top of our mind, Kentucky or Tracy, some customers that fit this profile?
Hi, this is Sandrani. I work for Cheetah Conservation Fund, and we do have field station in Namibia and Somalia. And I signed up for the trial version a few days back. And the feature that the grant matches come out, there are options that if you are a 501c3 registered from any other state in USA, and you're looking for grant opportunities in other countries like that, there are matches that you can find.
The best way to find
She's
those,
right, yeah.
Quick find and to type in the name of the country, and it will come up with recipients as well as funders when you expand your drop-down list.
okay.
Yes.
I tried for Africa and I tried for Somalia, and funders came up for both.
Yeah,
Yes.
we definitely have grants available for international grants. There aren't as many, obviously, as there are for our domestic users, but we do have quite a few people. I appreciate everybody who shared that have been successful in finding grants that are international funding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lori, I just want to address, Lori's asked this question a couple times. We do not have grants that are for-profit organizations necessarily. Sometimes they will, there might be some available there, but we don't have any options in that way. So you could sign up and search like the actual grants for small businesses, but we do focus on nonprofits, so we don't have as much available for the for-profit community.
Okay, so Lori is asking, I mean, if I'm grant writing as a for-profit. So Lori, are you asking like if you're actually making money out of grant writing, or I'm not sure I understand. For-profit consultant.
So yes, as a grant writing consultant, you would sign up and then you can search for, you would create projects for each one of the clients that you have, and you'd be able to search for them directly based on whatever those programs are that they're trying to fund.
Lori, this is Bev. Can I ask you a question? You just posted something about taking commission on your clients?
Maybe Lori can unmute and she can chat about her specific use case.
She said her mic is broken.
Oh, okay. So I will say this, Lori, some of the people that we have as consultants, they will build themselves into the grant budget. So that is a way that you can, if you're doing like if you're charging based on the grants that you're writing, some people will take a percentage of whatever the grant is and administration costs. Other people charge kind of a general fee. We have quite a few consultants available. I don't know, Dr. Bev, if you want to talk about this at all, but it does depend directly on kind of how you set it up with your customers. And then you're able to do searches for them and write grants for them and track all of that within our system.
Thank you, Tracy. Lori, and anybody else who's on here that's a new consultant in the world of grant writing, you can only write yourself into a grant application budget if you are going to be performing duties for the client after the official notification of the grant award. Grant funding cannot pay for invoices that were generated from work that you did prior to the official award. Also, you cannot build in a commission. You cannot take a commission on a funded grant award. These are all part of a code of ethics at the Grant Professionals Association, as well as other national associations for grant writers here in the country and around the world. Grant writers work for a fee. We're just like attorneys, doctors, dentists, everybody else that's professional. We get paid at the time the work is performed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bev, and thank you all for questions. We will make sure to export the chat after the call so that we can answer them via email if there are some questions that have been left unanswered. So yes, that's it for now. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at mia@instrumentl.com. I will stop sharing now. And yes, I just want to say thank you for everybody who attended. Thank you so much for Dr. Bev for sharing your valuable experience. Thank you, Tracy, for stepping in and sharing things that I didn't know the answer to. Ryan and Kitaki as well for managing the chat. And yes, make sure to fill out the feedback form and follow Instrumentl for information on coming soon features. Thank you. Bye, everyone.